Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's go. Oh, I need to get the... Who knows? Here we are. I need to find the streams. Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's go. So, chat, YouTube, pop out. Yeah, there's one. And now Twitch. Yeah, I need to get this so much better. Oh boy, we'll find it somehow. Chat, pop out chat. Here we go. And now X. Let's get the chat out. Huh, it seems Twitter never has it ready. That's not good. Not good at all. Okay. So what are you calling from? Two people online and no one said anything. Hello, good evening. Let's go. Are you ready for some development? I know I am. Let's go. We're building today. We're continuing Get Alfredo. Here we are. With Get Alfredo, we will be self-hosting in a heartbeat. Let's go. So, let's code Get Alfredo. Okay, cool. I'm actually wanting to automate some tests if possible. Let's see how that goes. Because for once, for example, I was wanting to... Yeah, let's go. Well, DC stop all Docker things. Okay. DC app-t. Hey, someone else joined and you're not chatting. Say hello. So, okay, we're open and we are listening on port 8080. So, localhost 8080. Let's go. I got some error. Yeah, Vit is not serving. So, we need to do that. New terminal. And let's be npm run dev. That's it. What's all this? Whoa. Oh, the amount of networks there are. Okay. Yeah. Let's go in. Opening inspector. Yeah. Plenty of servers. But now, yeah, we wanted like to change something and yeah, I want to see something. I want to probably, let's go with this flow. We would migrate fresh seed, yeah, no doubt. So after I migrate fresh seed, we log in. And now we need to generate the invitation link. We have it here. but this invitation link, it will get this code. Yeah, it's evening F. It even has to reach home. Oh, sorry, we need to get it with the signature. That's the protection. Yeah, so I think all I want to do is like installing. Yeah, we just want to install. Yeah, so I want to change this to something else. I want it to not having to go anywhere. I would want it just to install. Am I right? I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Hello, Nick. How are you doing? Welcome back. Hey, so I was thinking instead of having to reach home and get the script, we would just install the SSH key in the script. So like putting it in base 64 and just bam, echoing it out into this spot. So it, but I guess, yeah, we can do that later as well. I don't know. Okay. How does that feel? Then I don't have to have Alfredo instance published. I can just install it. Yeah, I guess I can make it easier. I mean, by that point, I can. I don't. Why do I have to base 64 it? I could just install it. Everything fine. Yeah, that's good. Are you ready for some self-hosting? I want to see it today. I want to see something self-hosted today. And I was actually doing this invitation ended up being here, yeah. So I would want to generate invitation link. So I would want it multipass info. Yeah, 65-10. So that's okay. Let's get the diagnostics for connection. So we're gonna go to the server resource. Server resource, here we are. And we are going to add an action. So this is on the edit server. Yeah, we are not having a view. Okay, so let's see. Let's use it in edit server and generate invitation. Here we are. And I also want to add diagnostics, like check connection. Hey, 12 people here and no one, just Nick is saying hello. Why is that? Check connection. Check connection. And what hero icon do we want to see? Hero icon blade. Did I install any blade UI kit? I don't know if I ever told you about these blade icons. Sorry for the white, there's no dark theme. If I were to go composer.json, is it any more here? No. Okay, so hero icons. Let us check if there is some, or we can just install and have it. So how can we check connection? What's the icon? No, not huge icons, hero icons. Yeah, so what can you use to check the connection? The lightning bolt? You know, C bolt. Is there a plug? No. Yeah, I would want to see them more. I want to see them all in a page. Why doesn't that happen? I guess we can use, oh, this was random because now I see totally others. What was I seeing? It was a lightning bolt, yeah? Bolt, yeah. Outline. Yeah, so we can check connection. Here I can outline bolt. That's it. We're happy. We can check connection. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to confirm. So check connection action. That would be none outlined, yes, but not requiring confirmation. And I guess we can do this. We wouldn't want to tie dump, but we'll see later what to do. Check connection. I guess we can make an action. Check connection. And public function PUBG. Hey, who is a PUBG fan? Public function handle. That's it. And yeah, we want to check connection to a given server. So we will get that action type inted, and we would exactly this. So check connection handle server. That's it. We will accept a server, app model server. Correct. And why are you complaining? Why are you so much complaining about void method handle? Yeah, no worries. So this would be the result. And let's just type them the result for now. And now we are going to return something, a string. So yeah, we'll return a success or a failure string. I already, check SSH connection. I already have something here. So we can run that even here, right? So there is a server. So I guess we can get it from here. And I guess we can do this, right? So this server will have the username, public IPv4, SSH port, private key. It's all encrypted. What are those 3 dots in function? Never see that. Nick is asking. So you mean these 3 dots, probably? We need some music, don't we? I guess it's probably better the music than my own mumbling, right? Or I don't know. Yeah. I guess those are the 3 dots you're speaking about, right? Yeah. So this is the same as having this inline. So I don't know, I forget the name now of the function, but this is calling to the same function in the object, meaning this check connection, all this callback, I will cut it from here, and it would be the same as doing it like so. Function, yeah, that's it. I didn't have to return here, but that's it. So this is a callback, right? Which is a function which accepts this check connection action, etc. so on. But what I'm doing is, hey, there is in this object there is this method and dot dot dot, like grab the callback which is there. And that's how I can better explain it. But we will find the name for it. So PHP callback dot dot dot. I forget the name of this. Callables. Yes. Packs a function to another. I think it's callable something. Yeah. Why don't we ask AI? What's called the PHP operator dot 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 that refers to the callable? Nope, it's not the split operator. No. Okay, I'll copy it all. I'll give it this file and say no, I mean the line. I mean the lines and so this is a way I like to structure my code, so I don't end up like 30 lines here, 30 lines here, and I could even abstract it to another class. Yeah, you are creating a callback that will pass all arguments. Yeah, so you see, the syntax was introduced in 8.1. Callback method reference or callback reference. Internets are not collaborating with me today. Operator method reference, callback reference, PHP 8.1. 8.1 already? So old. It feels more recent. PHP method reference. Why only Rails is coming up? I actually don't know. PHP callable, blah blah blah. Can we find the dot 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 here? No. Oh, we can. Oh, but it's not there exactly. So yeah, basically we are creating a reference for that callback, and it can be a member of a class, which allows to organize or having a cleaner code, because now I don't have to put the callable in line. I can just abstract it and have it elsewhere. This is pretty cool. It would be, I don't know, similar to do like a short closure and then return this, check connection, and then like doing dot 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 args, right? Now this is another dot dot dot, right, which is getting all arguments into an array, and then we would spread those array of arguments, we would spread it over others. So this would be equivalent. So it is a syntactic sugar for this line. If I'm not mistaken, it will work just as the same. Let's check it out. We were to refresh now, and if we were to check connection, edit server must be of type actions. Oh, because it's not being provided. I'm not making the injection. So if I were to click, here we have. So this code is equivalent, all this. We will just delete so, and delete so. and this dot 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 will extract a reference to this callback. And that's it. Check connection, here we are, equivalent code. Just it's not exactly equivalent because the check connection filament, this way it will hopefully, if I'm not mistaken, it will, because it makes use of the container. Hey, hello Badalo, welcome. First time chat, so let me introduce myself. My name is Patricio. I love Laravel. I love Docker, Vue, JavaScript, Node, Docker. Whoa, I love so many things. I'm the author of Mingle.js, which is a library so that you can use React and Vue in Livewire applications. And amongst other things, I'm building Alfredo, which is a software for us to self-host applications. And this is sort of a portainer. So it's a little bit of like managing our applications in containers, and Jenkins, which is like small CI. So we will build all this, and on top of that we are going to build like an app store and install applications just like this. So say you want to install Guacamole to have a remote desktop on a browser, you can do that, and you install Guacamole in your server. Or you want to install Invoice Ninja or a MariaDB database, yeah, just like that. You click a button and you install that. That's the goal of Alfredo. And thank you for joining and for watching. So, okay, getting back. Because Filament is introspecting the thing that we give them, I didn't type hint it in ... args before. But now that I'm type hinting, because Filament will use the container, Laravel container, while inspecting that, I will show you, better to show Filament docs. On the utility injection, they are making use of reflection and Laravel containers, so they can do that. Core concepts, whoop. I thought I was gonna see that here. Utility injection, yeah. So let's see in actions, for example. So if we give it a $data, it will be provided to us. If we give a $arguments, it will provide it to us, and so on and on. So we can inject dependencies from Laravel container because of that. So that's why I'm giving check connection here, and I will have a new instance of our check connection action. That's why. Okay, so getting back, we will click check connection, and we are here. So right now we are really going to handle the function, and we are connecting all right. Let me simplify here. SSH is connected. What is this? Right. So I mean, yeah. And the output, yeah, we just want to connect, so we are going to return exactly this. And we'll return a boolean, which it did return. That's it. And yeah, I gotta be careful because of my image. Yeah, but I think we are good to go. Yeah, my camera is not sitting on top of this code. And that's it. So this has a is connected boolean, right? So that's it. So to a $is connected. So if is connected, we notify success. If not, failed. And I guess we can do that by using a filament notification. And then we make one. And we give it a title. Connection successful. And we give it a color, success. And we send it. Right? And I think this is what we need. And oh no, connection failed, and we'll give this a danger. So if all goes well, I'm gonna check connection, and we logged in, failed using key. And that's all right, because I just migrated fresh seed. Finally found it in PHP docs, Nick is saying. First class callable syntax. Yes, 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 Nick. Thank you so much. Learned something new today. Thanks. Of course, we are here exactly for that. We wanna learn and mingle and have fun. Yeah, no problem. It's my pleasure. So, what's missing? Why weren't we able to connect? Because we need to install our access in the server. And to do that, we are gonna go into our local VM folder where we have our app run tunnel. And here we will be connecting to our remote server, which is a local one, but doesn't matter. And we will be able to reach this server in 8080. And that's why we'll be able to run that script. So I'm going to come here, I'll run it, and if all goes well, we can continue now in Alfredo. So, and let's see if we can. We will now check connection. And yes, successful. Woohoo! We are in the server. We can run things on it. Fantastic. We can check that, for example, by cat tilde.ssh authorized keys. And sure enough, we have that key installed. And I know it's this last one because we just did it. And that's it. These are some further configurations. I'm gonna leave this for a cleanup because I want to advance. I want to advance right now. Something I'm gonna do right now as well is like, well, I'm committing for starters. What have we done? The check connection action. So the check connection action. That's cool. And what else? Duartella, first time chat. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. My name is Patricio. I'm a full stack developer. I'm a Laravel fan, lover, since like 10 years ago or more. Actually more. And yeah, I'm a dinosaur of tech. I love Docker, I love Node, I love JavaScript, I love self-hosting, those kinds of things. And I'm getting into AI and stuff with AI, for example, NA10 on some previous lives where we will play with agents and chats and tool uses and so on. And to self-host these kind of things, I feel this is going to be a much more recurring situation, and I'm getting a project out of the dust. More than 2 years in the closet. Now it has a new name, it's rebranded, it's even simpler in scope, which is called Alfredo. It's a simple self-hosting assistant. It will enable an app store for us to install things on a server really quick, and also we can make our custom deployments. I forgot to say, I'm the author of Mingle.js, don't know if you used it. With that, you can use React and Vue inside Livewire applications. Thank you so much for joining and saying hi. This is all about that. People have fun and connect. Okay, so we did the action. We just pushed the action. And I don't feel like this is gonna be a huge menu. So on the filament provider, I wanna say, don't know exactly where, there's not like a right or wrong place to do that, but I think it's gonna be just here. And I wanna choose top navigation. And if all goes well, yeah, we now have a top navigation. That's it. And the diagnostic screen, I don't know what's that for. But I know when I'm in a server, I can have, so what will a server have? A server, it's going to have like /home/Alfredo user or some user, right? Some Ubuntu, I don't know. /home/Alfredo, and it's going to have a working dir, which typically will be spaces. I'm thinking of using spaces. So this would translate to home Alfredo spaces, and then I could have, for example, MySQL and all the files related to this MySQL space or workspace. It's the short for that. Not only MySQL, I could have an installation of NA10, I could have Umami. So yeah, inside each of one, there could be just that, yeah. And so each server, one server has many spaces. So I was thinking on, just like in Filament demo, I need to turn on some sound. Duartel is asking, is that a Neves Alfredo reference? Ha ha ha. Hey, I don't know what's Neves Alfredo. What's Neves Alfredo? No, Alfredo is like, it's a name. I'm highly influenced by Jenkins, right? Which is for CI, a butler that does things for you, right? Meaning it will install the application for us, it will make backups and so on. And Alfredo, maybe from Batman, Alfred, I wanted something to be recognizable. Oh, we have a link. Can I click this? Can I click this? Let's see. Oh. Let's see what's here. What is this?
Risque sua pele. Novo Ultra Neve, o papel mais macio do país.
Well, it's the same concept. It's just Alfredo. If I knew it, yeah, I could take this for the logo. Whoa. So funny. What did I see there? Was it there like a calendar? Oh, it was. Oh, good one. Thank you. There was some nudity there. I think it's. I hope the video doesn't get blocked. Yeah, whatever. No, so it's not that Alfredo, but the concept is the same. So, filament demo. What do we have here? We have the concept of clusters, which is when you go inside a resource. This is a cluster of different resources on the same topic. So it's not exactly what I want, but we could use that kind of navigation. So when I go inside the server, I could like check the server info and then check the spaces that it has. Or just make an automated page. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what goes. let's see. Okay, so what I know is I am inside this server. Maybe we want to make a view page, and we could do an info list. So okay, so top navigation, and now we're gonna make a view page. Create server. Yeah, I think this is clean enough because I don't know exactly how to do it from the documentation. I'm lazy and I just copy stuff over, but that's probably not the best way to do it. To create a new page, yeah. So let's see how it goes. Artisan make filament page. First time chat, self-improvement, XRBR, best viewers on stream, boo, remove this page. So that feels like DC exec web app push, is it? Yeah. So artisan, do I have it by A? I do. Artisan make filament. Oh, Alfredo was the best. Oh, I'm still laughing. Filament page, yeah. So this would be view server page. The resource is server, and it's a view. It's a view page, yeah. So it did the page. We have our server resource, so we should be good. So if I'm to go here, servers, and if I were to click, I'm on the edit page. Huh, so that's not what I wanted exactly. Actions to pages. So I guess in our server resource, in our table, yeah, it's not going to be an edit action, it's going to be a view action, probably. Yeah, nice. I wouldn't know that by memory. And now that I am viewing it, well, it's in a modal. When we click view, it's in a modal. I didn't know about this. So if there is a view page, view action, I mean, is it a default? View action, let me search. Pre-built action, yeah, okay. View action. If you want to view table rows, filling the form. View action. Oh, with record and did the form. Oh, we can define the schema inline and they will be disabled, and that's it. If you want to view table rows, you can use the filament tables actions instead. And we can change data inline. Oh, so this can be nice. Dortel is saying it's the best, and Nix found it funny as well. It is funny. Okay, so I won't stress much about it now, right? I wanted to go and install something, so let's gonna go inside. Oh no, this is visiting the row click. It's like still editing. Row click, was it that? Table, columns. This is just disconnected, okay. What is this called? Row action, click row action. bulk actions. No. Accessing row actions. Actions can be oh, it's in table actions, but I'm almost sure it was row click or what. I can't remember. Action, make table selectable. No. Nah. You know what? I'm just also not going to disable bulk. No, this is not other actions on a table. Pre-built table. Yeah, I'm not. Click. Is it click? No. Oh, but it's so much. Searchable, selectable. Default view content. It's so much. Get actions, get bulk. Yeah. Let's not worry about that for now. I am worrying it, right? Because I'm not moving on. Open record URL in new tab. Is it a record URL? Record URL. It is. And it is. So what I'm gonna do is so like we get function, we get the record, and servers.view. I don't think it's like that. I think is well, we are on the server resource, so and then we want to get URL for the view, and we want to provide the record as record. So if all goes well, filament admin servers, filament admin resources servers view. So why maybe because of this. Pages view server, and that's /record. I don't remember seeing this to be updated, but if all goes well, yep, it works. So now I would like to have, if I'm not forgotten, it's the sub navigation. Yeah, get record sub navigation. I think this is it. And now we are going to return an array, and this array will be foo bar, is it? Fa bar. No. So let's find the docs, better than guessing. Customizing, no. Editing records, managing, yeah. When you can get the blah. Right. Totally different. Let's go. No, there is the page, but then the page. Okay. That's it. So I want to have the pages. I want it to map between view server and the spaces right? So we still need to create a page for that. Yeah, you see, view server, and we'll be able to change all of these. And then I want to have spaces. So let's make another page. Artisan make filament page. Server spaces. I think it's okay. It can be a resource in server, yeah, because it has a parent relationship, which is a server. And so yes, I'm gonna manage, because by managing, if I'm not mistaken, I'll be able to receive the record. So yeah, so slash spaces, we'll see the server spaces, and it will be slash server slash spaces. Let's see if all goes good, and it goes. But the manage the server spaces, oh, so it's not the manages records, because it's not managing these records. Huh. So I have to make a new page just in order to check. Foo. Server, and it's gonna be a custom, entirely custom page. So let's see, what does that extend? And is it the base page? Yes, it is. So the resource is still that one. And there's a view. Oh, there's a view. And there's not on server spaces. So let's be sure to go into that one. And we're gonna delete it, because we don't want foo. We also don't want server spaces. So let's create a new one. I knew this was gonna happen. Hey guys, so what are you doing? Are you lurking? Are you programming and looking on the side? What are you guys up to? Server spaces, right? Spaces, or manage spaces, yeah? Maybe manage spaces is better. And we manage spaces in a server. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, so there's this page, hello, and manage spaces is of that server. So spaces, we manage spaces in the record. So if all goes well, what's up? I did the sub navigation to contain just that, so here we go. And if we were to refresh, yeah, nice. But there's a problem. There's no sub navigation in the custom page. Huh. Duartelli is programming for the college. What are you programming in? What are you doing? What's the project? What language? What is the goal? How are you enjoying it? Let us know, let us know. So, why don't I have the sub navigation in the custom page? Should I have it? Should I have it on all? Because it's a page, so probably. Yeah, I'm not sure. So filament resources pages, page, da-da-da. Wow. So if we were going to use it like so, would that work? No. Just texting my mom. Here we are. Sorry, just for a second. Studying Python and data science, but I'm actually an Android developer. Oh, cool. And Python and data science. Wow. What is that, some AI related thing or what's that? Why am I not getting? Why am I not getting? No, it's big data. Yeah. That sounds like way too overwhelming for me. I'm not used to any of that. Damn. It's gotta be somewhat hard. Yeah. Python, you are using like pandas or something? That's what I hear people use. The panda thing. So, why isn't the page having sub-navigation? Sub-navigation. Adding view pages. You may want to add common sub-navigation to multiple pages to allow users to quickly navigate between them. That's what I wanted to do, yeah. Ah, so it's a cluster. OMG. So, filament clusters. I've never done a cluster, but I've been using this navigation between resources, I mean, but big data, well, isn't my cup of tea. Yeah, but it's college, we gotta do it, right? I know the feeling. It will be over fast. App filament clusters. This will create a new cluster class in the filament clusters, adding resources and pages to a cluster. Cluster property under resource. So we can have settings. Oh, this is too much. No. How can I just... I was using this on a much easier way recently, but also I don't want to waste much time with this as well. I want to move over with the... Yeah, so it's exactly just this. Just want to have like this. This is a sub-navigation. It could be sidebar, in the beginning, in the end, or in top. And this is all I want. I want like to view a server, and I want to switch to the spaces. And that's it. That's all I want to do. So all I want to do is have some fun. Yeah, Duertella, yeah, I know that, yeah. But it will be. It's just hard to see it when we are when we are experiencing it in first hand. Okay, so these manage comments. Is it the manage page? Got it, yeah. Maybe take a break, do some Laravel. Are you doing Laravel or anything Docker related or just Android? Manage comments. Okay, so let's check repo, GitHub, filament, demo. Yeah, should be enough. So it's the manage on the blog. So app filament, app pages, no, is it? Oh, pages, and then, oh no, resources, blog, and then there should be blog, posts, 1, comments. So it will be in the post resource, pages, manage post comments. There's the info list, something we haven't done yet for the view. Yeah, get title. So what about the post resource? It should have the navigation, right? Yeah, here it is. The sub navigation. It's in the server resource. And what else? Manage spaces, manage spaces. Oh, it's not a custom. This is a manage related records. We don't have a related records, but just by being a manage related records page, it probably has the section. So if I were to change it just for a quick second, and I were to visit, and yeah, so relation manage, filament panels, blah blah blah, OMG, OMG. Resources.tabs. And I'm gonna bet is this for some reason. Let me check. Just gonna go and try it. Like, might be, might not be. So if I have a page and I were to put these tabs, will I get those? No, we don't. Tabs equals this, get cache tabs, and but it feels like it should be. Icon position, blah blah blah. Yeah, you know what? I'm just not going to worry so much about it. Android, but now I'm trying to focus on backend. Oh, cool. Cool. So that's where Laravel goes in, or still not? Are you also doing Kotlin or Java for the backend? And hey, Francisco, how are you doing? Welcome back. Thank you for joining. We are going to forget all this, and we are going to make it work now. So manage spaces. We are gonna go and get a record. I think we just define, is it this page? Okay, so it's panels and pages, and creating a page and trying to widgets create, blah blah blah. I'm still trying to find that subnav. No, so the record. Oh no. No, 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 no. Resources and then a page resource. Custom pages. Yeah, because there's a resource. And it's registered. Oh. Oh. If it'll create a page that uses a record for editor view, you can use the interacts with record. That's what I need, exactly. So use interacts with record, and if all goes well, we do now have a page and I specifically need to copy this over because it's not even there. Yeah, so the record. If I remember well, yeah, we just protected model record. So I don't even remember using that. So protected, and then I'm gonna give a server, and then I will just call it record. And if I'm not mistaken, change type. Oh, I have to. Oh. Damn it. I think I wasn't doing it that way. Public function mount, and I'm just wanna go and search, I mean die dump this record. So if I were to die dump, get model must be compatible with page get model. What's going on? Oh, filament actions interacts with records. That's not good. Pages. Sure enough. So protected. Record. What's up there? Ah, model, yeah. And locked not to be changed. So wasn't I able to do like so? Okay, probably not. It has to be public. Yeah, and then there's one. I was almost sure we could. Yeah, so is this gonna resolve it out of the database? Uh-huh. I don't know why, but we have the spaces right here. Not failing anymore. I can't remember why, but I'm not denying. I'm not saying I don't like it. Duartello, what are you doing on the back end? Well, we have it here. And I want to know what we have for I didn't tie dump it, so this record. So let's see if we get a model, and we do. We have the server. So if we were to interact with record, yeah, it's locked, so it cannot be changed on the front end, although it's public. And yep, it feels nice to me. What else? Yeah, so now on the managed spaces, we want to see all spaces that a server has. And this is where it comes tricky, but we'll figure it out. My mother language is Portuguese. A minha também. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it in English so we can reach to a broader area of the world, right? Sabias, you knew it, right? I was just asking, what are you doing in terms of backend? What stack are you doing? Did you go with Kotlin, Java, that ecosystem, maybe Spring or Quarks? Was it? People were using Quarks for reactive programming and so on. Some kind of awesome thing. Oh, you're going Kotlin. Okay, cool. Yeah, it makes sense since you're already doing Kotlin on the Android side, probably, right? Have you tried Laravel? And I'm trying KMP. What's KMP? Kotlin multi-platform. Oh, cool. Oh, I like this window, this DOS kind of thing. Yeah, I'm that old. I saw that coming up. Simplify the development of cross-platform projects. Seems cool. Seems cool. All right. Wasm. Oh, similar to Flutter. Yeah. And you can write Kotlin for JavaScript, for Node and for browsers. Crazy stuff they're doing. Nice. And you're doing, oh yeah, Android, so yeah. Cool, I'm impressed. Kotlin is cool and crazy. We all have to be somewhat crazy, right? So probably that wasn't loading before. So if I were to remove this, yeah, it still has it. So that's cool. So if I'm to remove this, and it's gonna refresh, and we have LOL. And now it's where the scary part things starts, because yeah, so like in each server I'm gonna, what's Scratch, was it? Yeah. So for each server this folder could be configured, but I guess I will leave it not configurable. Let's see if these things grow, if this thing grows. All the best people and stuff are crazy, so yeah. You have to be crazy enough to think you can change the world to actually do, right? So yeah. Hey, just a second, I'm sorry, I have to drink some water. And I'm back. I was fast, it was right next to me. So, back. So now what do I need to do? I want to Fredo, blah blah blah. So there is the Alfredo server, right? And then there's our VPS. So the directories are inside. So /home /Alfredo /spaces, and then inside of that we can have more, right? We can have /NA10 /MySQL, for instance, right? My blog, maybe, yeah. And here it could be like Umami Analytics, for instance. Yeah. So I'll have to check this in runtime because oh, you'll have some water too. Okay, have some water too. Have some water too. Yeah. That's nice. Water too. A bowl of water. A bowl of water. That's some playful thing as well. I think having fun of some accents and so on, but I'm just for the laughs, not for making fun of anyone. Okay, so if I were to manage spaces, so now what I wanted to do is like to go to the server and check all directories inside spaces. And that's what I wanted to do. So let me check on Bolt on my AI client I use. So if I want to list all folders inside of course I just but I don't want just to list folders. I wanted to list folders that have a certain file inside the directory that have a file in it. For example, /home/Alfredo /spaces /xxxx /alfredo.yaml, for instance, right? Say I want to list all xxx folders that contain a alfredo.yaml file. That's it. I love AI. I don't know how much time I would be for doing that. So, using a combination of find and their name, xargs, yeah, so I'm gonna go using a bash script for more control. For the manus files and then base name dir. And then the ipsonml and the YAML-ML. Okay. So, first of all, what's in our server? So, we want to go into the local VM and we are going to run tunnel. We wouldn't need a tunnel, but just for a check. So, pwd, we are already in Alfredo, so we still need the spaces directory. So mkdir-p spaces, is it? Yeah, okay. Let's see what comes up. For now, I'm just gonna go and give it rough. So probably this is a livewire component. Also before, yes, okay. dot. So server resource, manage spaces, yeah. Add a manage spaces. Let's go. And now we are going to we want to like go in on a given space, and a space can be slash server1 space slug, right? And on that slug it's the directory. And if we are here, we are the owner. What can we do? What could we do wrong? Yeah, we have to be able to access it, so we own it. So yeah, feels good until now, because I wouldn't want to like keep a state in the database. Maybe I could as a cache, like to show it quickly, and then I would check stuff and reconcile if needed, like an optimistic UI thing. But I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do, because yeah, that's not what I want. So manage spaces, and I think this belongs to have a proper Livewire component just for that. So I could make it directly on the page, but then it's leaking with all of these. Yeah, make Livewire, and let's make it a space list. I would want to namespace it maybe, but yeah, never mind. Okay, artisan make, I have to repeat inside a container because outside I have PHP 8.3 and this is already 8.4, so we can make it getting some notices or errors. So it was space list, make Livewire, that's it, fantastic. So inside the manage spaces, we are going to instantiate a space list by wire space list class, and we are passing a server, which is server. Cool. I mean, we can have it on liner, it's still short. So yeah, we don't have server because we have record, and that's it. So on the Livewire, yeah, it makes more sense like so. That's it. The best athlete once his opponent has its best. And we can probably get away with changing components in the same page. I don't know if we need to go to another page. Let's see. And right now we are going to, I can't remember the class. Was it wired_init? Wired_init, yeah. Load spaces. So we are going to load the page, and once we load, we start to running this method. So here we are, didamp spaces, and we have it, and it loaded first. Sorry. So it's non-blocking, meaning we refresh, and after the page load, a fetch request is performed. So these spaces, I believe it's going to be well performed under the 30 seconds timeout. So we are going to run the list thing. So we could have something better for this. Where's the connection? So the connection is this one. So let's see. Let's list spaces, and I'll leave it duplicated code for now. Let it be. I mean, we could just. Do I have an helper already? Yeah. So I'll also make a class with SSH helper. SSH helper. SSH helper. Duartella, did you have some Watatu? Watatu. Let's all have Watatu. So, public function connect, and this would return. We would need a server to connect, and we would then have a protected member, which is an SSH2, and we would return that. That's it. Oh no. We want the rest of it. We also need this as well. Yeah, we need to log in, right? Okay. So, we have our check SSH connection. And still we have it already in 3 places, so it was a good thing. Yeah. So our server, yes, we wanted to run this. So this ping, so would this check connection, so the output would be what got deleted here. How much? Oh, this changed so much. Hey, hello Kalem, how are you doing? Welcome. Boas noites. So the output will be taking the check connection and handle for that server. But that server, which might throw an exception, returns is connected. So I don't remember. I think this is not what we want anymore. We are just gonna use the SSH helper to connect. So $SSH equals, let's see if we can. Yeah, we're working on Alfredo. We want to SSH helper, and there SSH helper, we want to connect to this server. So this would be an SSH, and we would dump SSH is login, is authenticated. So if I were to go here, and if I were to run app test, artisan app test, can I log in? too few arguments for the ping. So we need, yeah. So the SSH helper, it's going to be resolve this service, because it doesn't have any method injection, and it's true, so it's connected. So I wasn't reminding what were we wanting to do. Callum is, I'm updating my CV right now for a promising job position. I'll be selected, but we have to try anyways. Of course we have to try. Can you give any details, any specifics, something you might need, even a outside perspective or look, something like that? I'm trying to check. How was that file before? So app console commands check SSH. What were we doing? It was committed without. Oh, of course, because today I've committed. Never mind. Check SSH connection. We were just PWD, right? Yeah, so we would PWD and watch the output. So if all goes well, app test /home/Alfredo, and we're good to go. So yeah, so if we want to connect now, we just get a server and we resolve SSH helper and we use it. That's it. And that's it. We do now have check SSH, so the check connection could benefit from exactly the same thing. So SSH helper, whoops, not this one, SSH helper, sorry, no, the check connection but on the console, yeah. So there is the server, this, yeah, okay. We are going to connect to the server, so we don't need any of these, and we just need it like so, and SSH helper is going to log in with the information registered. So we don't need that, we just need that. How cool is that? So Callum saying, so I'm trying to write, oh, I've been raided. So I'm trying to write a pretty text to mask that up. BDSL, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Thank you, Nyan Codes. I've been watching you after Nuno Maduro. He also rides you, right? Thank you so much for the ride. We are having fun with Laravel, everyone, and Laravel and self-hosting, because we are building a software so that we can have like a app store to install applications in our servers with one click, and also our custom Git applications. So if you don't know me, my name is Patricio. I'm a full stack developer. I love Laravel, Docker, JavaScript, and more. I'm the author of Mingle.js. I've built it so we can connect React and Vue components in Livewire applications. BDSL, thank you so much for the recommendation. And Nyan Codes, thank you so much for accepting such a recommendation and be so kind. Thank you so much. I hope you have fun, and everyone who stays. So yeah, so I would like to have these lightweight alternative, so everyone can self-host. The source code is The project is open source. You can run your image in your server, and you can install Ophelia or any other of thousands of applications available via Docker Compose. Private analytics. I'm exactly looking at NA10 previously to install, to make workflows and consume them from other applications. So yeah, this is dense, but let's have fun one day at a time. Thank you again. Nyan Codes, you said my name very well. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm going to eat, but I will be lurking. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me know if you're into self-hosting. I'll keep you updated and such. Okay, so apart from SSH connection, and anyone, do you have any questions regarding the stream or any part of the software I've been telling about? BDSL, thank you so much again. Okay, getting back, we should be able to check connection again. So if we were to go back into the server screen, no, not even servers. Yeah, so we were to view the server. Oh, the edit action, it's in the other page. So if we were going into resources, server resource, and edit server, let's take our actions into the view page. So let's take them, let's take them here. Oh, and we're missing the get other actions. So I'm just gonna go and copy all of it, and I'll remove the delete action. I'll remove these two from here because while we'll be editing, we won't be doing none of that. So I'm just gonna go and cut and paste right here. So if all goes well, I'll be back, and we certainly do. So let's get back our dashboard, which is empty. We will have some informations around here. Let's just add to our servers, and we go on the first one, and let's check connection. And successful. Yay, we are connected to the server. Meaning this one. Okay, now that we are connected, I mean, we could even maybe disable or hide these, I'm not sure. Let's see. So after we have connection to the server, we can manage spaces. So that's good. Let me just for a second clean up these a little bit. Oh, this is in reverse order. Yep. Let's go. Check SSH connection. We are already using our helper, so we can be cleaner. SSH helper, yep. When we list spaces, we are not using that, so that's what we're going to do. So we don't need any of these. All we need is there's the music. All we need is love. First time chat. Juan Pli. Welcome. I think you came from Nyan Codes, right? Probably, right? First time chat. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. We are programming by what? I think you mean the target, like what are we doing, right? And we are building a self-hosting assistant, which is called Alfredo. So this is a dashboard where you will be able to take care of your servers, basically, but not in the traditional way. We are using Docker under the hood. So this will allow us, you I don't know if you like Docker or if you know it, but you don't have to know any of that. All you have to do is to know how to click in a button. So I'll show you an example. So imagine this will be the dashboard. You just have a VPS, like you pay $5 or $10 to a provider, you get your VPS, and then you just start installing stuff in there. And we will install stuff, we will backup, we will restore, we will move to another servers, we will do all the crazy things. And of course, if you want to install your own custom Git applications that you build, you will also support that. So yeah, that's what we're building. We are building it in Laravel, in Livewire, and Filament. Filament is a collection of components to build typically backends, but back offices, I mean, but you can build just anything with it. It has a beautiful, sensible starter kit, a demo, so you can look. Yeah, and you can take this from a demo, and you can build all these just with PHP, and it's all customizable and modules and all sorts of things. So BDSL is saying, so essentially a server management system with a web config frontend. Yeah, let's say it like so. Will it support config as code now or in the future? Right from the first moment. Right from the first moment. Configuration as code. That's what I live for. And yeah, it's not exactly a server management. I wouldn't. Yeah, we can say it. I just don't want to use servers in the traditional sense, where when we were installing things on the console, and then if something happens, we cannot recover it. So yeah, because of configuration as code, we'll be able to not having a VPS as precious, right? If you need to rebuild one in a second, you will be able to. Hey, Tuki, welcome. Thank you for being welcome back. BDSL is saying, so we don't have to click the button to install apps. If we don't want to, we can edit a config file instead. Yeah, I mean, exactly, because maybe that application is even yours, so you can have just a Git repo, and you can have it as a template and configure it across multiple servers, for instance. Yeah, for sure. Does it work both ways? When we click the button, can we make it push to a Git repo? What would be the use case? But in fact, yes, because you will be able to run your own scripts. I want this to be very, very hackable, because that's what I think it's missing in the market, out there. I'm saying market, but this is free. You can use it for free. I guess if we start using clicks and then we want to move to config as code later, that's a use case. Right. So everything, the first and only source of truth is in the server. So what you have is you can back that up and you can reuse it. Yeah. What if you have a mixed team where some people prefer to click and some prefer to type code? I don't know if aren't you thinking too much ahead? No, not too much ahead. Maybe that scope is too big, because I don't see a case like for using lots of code, but I definitely see the use case where, yeah, maybe people just want to install this and this app, Calibre, and I don't know, let me find a good use case. Maybe you want to install Invoice Ninja to make invoices. You want to this is just one example, right? There are plenty more. This is just a list. Maybe you want to install N8N from clicking, but maybe you can have your thing already done in a repo or in a gist and you want to just use that, and you can, right? I think this is what you mean. So this demo you're showing now, where you're pointing and clicking, we could add a line to a code file instead clicking there. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying you could install from a button, any button, or you can have your code with configured as you have, or it can be in a repo, or you can have copy paste and you use that. I think that's it, right? You wanted to ask. So when we Tuki, no more YAML, please. Hey, give me another option. What can I do? BDSL saying maybe, not sure if it's what I was thinking of, but that's okay. If you can expose the question again in other way, maybe I will understand it better. PHP or TypeScript are both better than YAML, arguably. Oh, right, but this is for Docker template, for Docker Compose templates, you know? So we will be able to run programmatically things before, but all in all, Docker Compose works with YAML, so that's the configuration of S code that we'll get. I understand that there can be different ways. If you were to show me some, I'm all ears. I can listen. So I guess there is an overall Alfredo config file that we write that tells it what app to install on each server. BDSL, no. I was not thinking so spread. So I was thinking per space. So for example, this is the Alfredo instance, like the software, right? And this is the VPS. So this Alfredo will do remote management, right? Arguably, Alfredo might live inside this VPS and manage it itself where it lives, right? But that's a detail. And now that I'm going to manage the VPS, what I'm thinking is to have one YAML per space, and this YAML is just basic things, basic things. And I want it to be all files, because imagine one day Alfredo stops working for some reason, a bug or connectivity issue or anything. I don't want VPSs to stop working because of that. So everything should be there. That's the single source of truth. So that's why we are, once we run this, we are retrieving information. Callum saying YAML is nice for config files. Yeah, I think it's pretty manageable. It's not ideal, but yeah, at least it's cleaner than JSON, and yeah, there are some superior things in YAML. So what can we do? Check connection, is it clean? Invitation, yes. Key pair generation, yes. List spaces, it's clean. Okay, we got a server and exactly this. We could have this self made. So on the constructor we will have a promoted property, which is protected SSH helper. That's it. So we don't need to resolve it anymore. and we can do this SSH helper connect to the server, and now we are to, I don't know, check an output. Yeah, let's see the f-h and let's see the output. So this is just a test. We will check the space, the disk space available in a human friendly format. I'm gonna go and refresh. The page will load. So again, with Laravel and Livewire, SSH helper, yeah. So space list, Blade, yeah. When the page loads, it renders this text, but also on init, it will run load spaces on the wire, meaning on the backend class. So it will make a backend request and run whatever is here. And on load spaces, because it's a Livewire component, we have method injection, meaning I will type hint what I want here, and it will be a list spaces action, and Laravel will provide it for me. And now I will just list spaces and handle, and it needs a server. So the space list also accepts a server as an argument, and it will be locked, and that's it. And it will handle with this server. So if all goes well, it loads and bam, it's already there. Still not everything, but let's go. BDXL saying, XML is not bad for config files. If you have a good DTD, then IDEs can give autocompletion. Yeah, that's right. Solm and PHP unit do that. Or Rector uses a PHP file nicely for config. Examples that, oh, Rector is the beast, it's the bomb. Thomas, the author, good friend, is a very wise person. And he is very affectionated in what he does. He really loves it and goes very, very deep in this discipline. And yeah. Thing is, I wouldn't want to have PHP installed on the server. So I think I'm gonna stick with YAML and just move on from YAML when it stops being manageable. For instance, in the beginning, I just wanted to have a folder .alfredo, and you need to have PHP installed on the server that runs Alfredo, don't you? No, we don't, if it's written in PHP. So no, the only dependency, and we will install that, is Docker. So did I put it here? Where did I put it? Yeah, so the Alfredo instance runs in Docker. Yes, I mean, it could be the same server, because Alfredo could be installed in the same server where it will install things, you know? But all in all, it's Docker. So Alfredo runs in a Docker container, and the applications that will be deployed are also Docker containers. That's why I don't want to run servers on the old-fashioned way. We're talking different servers. You need PHP installed on the place Alfredo is running, so that can read a config file in PHP if it wants to. You're saying I could load PHP here and run it back home, right? So I could run PHP in the container. But then it can be some security issues if I were just to include that file. No, I assume the config file will be on the Alfredo instance, not on the VPS. Oh, sorry, BDSL, I forgot to say. I wanted to put the config here, the .alfredo file or alfredo.yaml. it would live here. Why? Because I want it to be independent from the outpost, the Alfredo instance. Wouldn't the config file have a list of VPSs? How does the Alfredo instance know how to connect to the VPS? Ah, okay. So back to start. We come to Alfredo. Dashboard. There are servers. And you can add a new server. Okay, I still didn't do this part. This one is just migrate fresh seed. I can find it. What is here? Invalid input syntax. Whoa. Select star. What is this? It's some error in the form. Yeah, I'll check it later. So what you do is new server, and yeah, it's in the Postgres DB. There is your friendly name, your host, IPv4 or some host. Ah, no, I want to keep it in the database. The server will be in database, encrypted, and so that would make sense if this would be saved in the file, in the server. If you don't like filing in this form, if you don't like filling it in this form, can we put it in a file instead? Well, maybe instead of using directly an eloquent model, we could make it come from a repository, and then it could come from the model or come from wherever you want. So it could be files, yeah. And you can version control it and use maybe Ansible Vault or something like that. I'm not promising it will be in the first release, but I can see the use of that. Yeah, so it's an advanced use case for teams and stuff like that, probably, right? But yeah, absolutely. And then the config could say what applications should be installed on each server, on each VPS. Yeah, I guess it could. For that, have you checked Ansible? Because that's actually very feasible. We will be running Ansible probably also in Alfredo. The earliest version had Ansible. I built before another software. It was called Tasker Dev. It didn't see the day of light, but there were Ansible recipes running, Ansible playbooks and such. I haven't looked at Ansible much, but we use Terraform at work. That I think it's similar. Yeah, I think so. I haven't used Terraform much. Ansible is more declarative, and Terraform is more imperative, or the other way around. I can't remember, but I think, I can't remember exactly. I won't say, but I do think that maybe they can complement each other, but I think that maybe they're done for different things. I wouldn't know in detail. I think Terraform feels quite declarative. Yeah, so Ansible is also I think it depends on the playbook. So that's probably Ansible that can be more imperative, but also they have all sorts of things to make tests and assertions, and even in runtime, if they are if the task is already done, then it doesn't need to be done again. It's very, very nice. I totally recommend you to check it out. Okay, so managing spaces. We are going in, and now view server, manage spaces, the page. No. Livewire component, space list, and we'll be running list spaces. Here we are, and we cannot execute. Okay, let's see. This info that's in the BD, you could write code to export that to YAML. Yeah, sure. Could be useful. I'll stop suggesting features now and go to sleep soon. Okay, BDSL, thank you so much. And have a great night, great rest. Keep hydrated, don't forget. Yeah, I can see you are all about code, configuration as code. Yeah. So what's about not execute, it was exec. Here we go. We are connecting and getting file system information. Okay, cool. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is listing the directories in Alfredo spaces directory. So I think we can do it like so. Okay, let's see what we have. If we were to refresh, yeah, there is no such file or directory in spaces. So I think I'll also want to have the spaces folder. Could be a config, right? Then I don't want to get these. Whoa. So the server already has the user. So it would be /home/user /home/user/folder name for people who wants to change that. I don't know. Yeah, because this is the server. Okay, so we can start it. I'm a little bit concerned in going always with the right path, but yeah, that doesn't happen all the time. So yeah, we have to go forward and figure it out later if it's the right path or not. So if we want to get the list command, so brief list spaces, so the list command, and for that, okay, we can keep it here, protected server. We would this server, and that's it. The list command would be here. Okay, this list command, we would return this, but our user equals this server username, and then I would say that spaces could also be different. Oh damn it. I'm confused about why the handle function is mutating the list spaces object now. Come again? Why line 18 in other words? Oh, that's maybe my bad coding. because list spaces is getting type inted from Laravel method injection. So just by typing this, I will get an object of list spaces, and then I can invoke it on this server, meaning I probably server should be a dependency on this class, right? But because I'm lazy and I wouldn't want to make it like so, I did it like so. So I just wanted to persist the state so I wouldn't have to pass it around here. Yeah, so we could do something like so as well. And that's it. So maybe that's just my bad coding. I feel it'd be much better passing it around without mutating the object, CQS and all that. Yeah, I mean, may I ask why? Because, well, yeah, it's just this. So I know, I understand your feelings. On some given contexts, for sure, but on this one, maybe I'm more relaxed. Maybe I'm not in ensuring all best practices. Maybe I'm the one to blame about that. Yeah. So username. That alfredo.yaml should also be, yeah. So okay. So I'm just gonna go and say, yeah, because of that codes maybe, huh. Okay, so let's replace these codes, and here let's add username. Example, maybe you're going to write a long-running message consumer or cron task, and it will use the list spaces instance repeatedly. Yeah, okay, when you're talking about long-running, yeah, but imitating the instance, and it will use the list spaces instance. But that long-running message consumer, in PHP, it's one process per task, so unless you're running on that worker mode like Octane and such, then that would be something to worry about. You're right. That is not the case though here. So we'll also, it doesn't have to be one process per task. You can easily have a loop that pulls tasks from a queue of messages. Yeah, but you know that, are you using Laravel much? The default driver boots one process per task, and then yeah, that's it. That's what I use, so that's why I'm having that in mind. There's probably other ways to do it and better. I'm not using Laravel now. I did for 6 months, but a long time ago. Oh, okay. So I don't know if when you used it, if there was Laravel Horizon and queues and so on, but yeah, so there will be one process per task, so that's totally different. Using now Slim with lots of Symfony components. Okay, that's cool. Why did you stop using Laravel? Didn't you enjoy it, or maybe it was work or some stuff, right? So let's get the config file name. So no such file or directory. So if we were to see this, or a cron job that maybe fetches a load of records from the DB and processes all of them. Yeah, I get it. If you put state in an object and you get plenty of them, maybe that will run into memory issues, right? Yeah. Okay, I want to get this over and to install the spaces directory, which should have been done by now, but I want to be optimistic and know that if I reach here and it's not created, it will create it for me. But because that was the issue, we will so the message, the output, yeah, so this output would be returned. This output would be returned. I know I can return it all in once, but maybe I want to come back here. Let's see. I make code for me to read, not the computer. BDSL is saying, I changed job partly to get away from Laravel. Really? Found that it was pushing too much into being a Laravel dev instead of a PHP dev. I didn't get on with the facades and active records, and how the code I wrote wasn't statically analyzable without asking Barry VDH for help. Oh, I get it. Yeah, yeah, and you were enjoying Rector and all, so I now see it all, and you knowing about Psalm and yeah, I get it. You're a fan of static analysis and yeah, high quality code, and yeah, that makes sense. And Laravel can also achieve it, but I would have to agree there's a lot of magic, and I guess there we have different opinions. We can be friends even so, but I do have different opinion. I do love the magic that Laravel does for me, and I do love the facades and those sorts of things. I know they are anti-patterns, blah blah blah, but yeah, they make my life easier, and I do enjoy that. Yeah, any sufficiently advanced tech looks like magic. You just need Laravel specific tooling to work well with Laravel, I think. Yeah, and even so, then something new comes up, and then there is not updates or something, and yeah, I guess I'm just used to not having like all that niceties of the all autocomplete everywhere. I do have the Laravel IDEA plugin for PHP Storm, which helps a bunch. Uh, but yeah, maybe I just got used from the beginning. I'm using since Laravel 4.0, and yeah, and I didn't find the need to change that. On the contrary, every time it's helping me more and more with the toolings they are putting out every 6 months or every year. Yeah, I definitely feel like my dyslexia maybe makes it extra important for me to have good autocomplete and static analysis. Okay, yeah, that's a circumstance that maybe you look for tools that help you. Yeah, so yeah, why not? I'm not against in any way. On the contrary, they help us. They help us. Um, but from a long time ago, when people were being like missing all sorts of things into the PHP language, I still feel that when we're using types everywhere, um, I mean, if we wanted that, I could just like use Java or other language, right? That was born with that intent. So yeah, I'm glad there are many options and everyone's free to make their own choices. Yeah. Okay, so the space list, it will return an output. And yeah, so this is the output that would be taken care of. But this output typically would be the list of tiers which have a .alfredo file, which contain a .alfredo.yaml. But if the string contains no such file or directory, it's an exception. So if, oh, and I love helpers and no named arguments. There's quite a bit in PHP that's better than Java. No Java has every type implicitly nullable. No Java, no, comma Java, maybe, yeah. And no named arguments. That's quite a bit in PHP that's better than Java. Oh, probably. There are other languages which would probably be better at those. Yeah, I just like to know the right amount, you know. I'm definitely not a fantastic programmer in terms of types and abstract and typing and static analysis and so on. I don't follow that, but I do like to build solutions that solve problems, and I like to do it in a good way. And yeah, that's it. I just stopped pursuing it to do it. What if one of the directory names contains no such file or directory? Well, if that's one of those, if that's a file, if there is a directory name with no such file of directory folder, I don't care. Let's throw that VPS in the garbage. I'm sorry. What would you suggest? I'm all hands to make it better, but yeah. If string output contains, yeah. If string output containers, so we have an error, right? So here we don't have the directory created, and here we do have hey yo, first time chat, Kaiser Dev, thank you. I hope you'll have a license for that font. What font? What do you mean? Kaiser Dev. So I'm Patricio. I'm a full stack developer. Lamau, I'm kidding. Operator mono. The font. Yeah, I found it somewhere. I did. So someone gave me a license. It's like 160, but people just can't find it on GitHub. Oh, probably. Yeah, I heard. I do come back to it sometimes. I got Dank Mono and I got some other, but yeah, that's life. So, first time chat. This is a classic Laravel dev font, isn't it? Probably. I'm a big Josefka fan. What is that? Josefka. Is it monospaced? I like Menlo. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I like Menlo and Menlo font. But also Dank Mono, I got it on a promotion somewhere. Yeah. But then I saw many people using it and got tired, probably. I've seen Mr. Wave with a font like that. Oh, Jeffrey probably. Thank Mono is a cool one. What are we working on? Yeah, thanks. So, we are working on a software which is called Alfredo. And you can check it already in getalfredo.com. It's not working still, but almost there. And what it does is it assists you in self-hosting. So you will have an app store where you can just one-click install applications, or you can install custom Git applications from your repositories. And yeah, that's it. Basically, in 2 sentences, it's just that. And maybe in the future you can push a config file update to install applications. And push a config file update. You know, maybe we will see it more clear in the future because, for example, in the space, why am I wanting like a alfredo.yaml? Because we will take that, for example, let's say if my blog, if it's a Git application, we will need a deploy key to connect to SSH to get the repos, right? Streamlines processes of hosting on a web server. Nice. Yeah, that's exactly it. So we'll be able to do that with Docker Compose, Swarm, and Podman. And that's it. Just these basic things. If you want like mega complex things, then Kubernetes is the way to go. And yeah, that's it. So Alfredo.yaml is more like to have a Git application configuration. Where is the deploy key sitting? I don't know exactly what's more. There will come, right? What is the name of the bash file to run, like on a pre-deploy hook, you know? What will we run on a post-deploy hook? So something like this, right? Life cycle installations, like, yeah. So pre-install hook, so you know. So it's like those things, maybe, yeah, because some spaces might be to have builds, you know. They might have builds, they might be just some remote executions. Yeah, it's something that we'll be figuring out. I know 80% of it in my mind, but the 100% will be after a couple of hours more. We will be doing that. Lots of options still for the future. Oh, for sure. And I'm certain I don't want to cover many of them because this is to keep the scope simple. Transcode, hey man. Hello, welcome back. Nice to see you. I'm starting to think, yeah, in 10 minutes I would like to close, but I would like to have something already done still. So our space list, we could have like, let's see, if a let's see, if I would have a public, a boolean like is folder is spaces folder absent, and I'm gonna go and say false. So we'll set it to true, and if that folder is absent, we are going to create it. If this is folders absent. If it's absent, we are going to okay, so space, no spaces found, no folder, spaces folder not found, spaces folder not found. We should create it. Yeah, so we went to read it. Yeah, we should delete this. That's it. We should have a wire loading. Wire loading. Updating information. Da-da-da. Class. And now font bold. And maybe a text alt G. Okay, cool. Robin the Iller. Hey Robin, welcome back. Nice to see you. Please make your VODs available. How can I do that? You know, you can check all of those on YouTube, you know? So at Patricio on Code, yeah, I have to be mindful of saying all of these. I have to make a small website to update what's going on each stream, etc. Yeah, I would love to do that. I'll find it somewhere, soon, I don't know. So if you go to youtube.com at Patricio on Code, if you can go, everyone, if you can go and subscribe, that would help the channel. I would be appreciated. And I will enable VODs on Twitch, but for now you can find them on YouTube. How can I